Hi there, I'd like to welcome you to the next installment of our webinar series, and this one is about registering your permission for the first time. My name is Genevieve Doherty and I'm the International Senior Lead at IADT. So yes, this is another visa and immigration webinar. So a quick disclaimer before we get into it. Just remember that while the information contained in this presentation is correct today, it may not be by the time you look at this webinar, so always check the visa requirements at the official source. So who must register their permission? Well, all full-time students from non-EU countries need to register their permission if they're staying in Ireland for 90 days or more. So these include students who are coming to do an undergraduate program with us, a master's program with us, or even a study abroad program with us if it's a semester long one. If you're coming for 2 weeks, this does not include you. So anybody coming to do a 2-week charrette does not need to register when they're here. When you do register, you'll receive an Irish residency permit, which is known as the IRP card. It's a plastic card the size of a credit card with different stamps on it depending on your immigration status. An IRP with a stamp 2 is a student visa. The registration process starts at border control when the immigration officer places a landing stamp on your passport. You're generally given permission to stay in Ireland up to 90 days, so you must register your permission before that 90 days expires. You register by appointment only, and you must make your appointment through the customer service portal on the Irish immigration website. You attend your immigration service delivery appointment in Burkey, which is in Dublin city centre. You need to bring all your required documents and you must have a long-term Irish address when you do this. So please don't do this before you've got a longer-term Irish address. Using the customer service portal, you will need your passport to register for this service. You need your Irish term address, so a hostel or an Airbnb or hotel is not appropriate. You need a valid email address, which will require verification. You need your mobile phone. A verification code will be sent to it with a link to download the ID PAL app. You then use the ID PAL to upload your passport and take a live picture of yourself. Then you wait 24 hours to have your identity verified. Once verified, you can then finish the registration process and log into your account to book your appointment. Any issues with the verification process or any technical issues using ID PAL, please email idpalsupport@justice.ie. You will need documents when you're registering your permission. So the following documents is the list of documents that will be required of you. The biometric page of your current valid passport, which is obviously the photographic page with your name, passport number, etc. Proof of your enrolment at IADT, proof that you have paid your tuition fees, proof of your scholarship funding if applicable, proof you've started your course, the original policy document of your private medical insurance or travel insurance. And if you haven't got this yet, please check the International Student Hub for further information on insurance. You need a credit or debit card to pay €300. No cash is accepted. Your proof of enrolment and the proof that you've started your course is the same letter, and the International Department at IADT will provide this for you. Proof that you've paid your fees will come from your receipt. If you did not have to get a pre-entry visa when coming to Ireland, you will have further financial evidence to provide. So you need to provide that evidence that you have direct access to €10,000 if you're doing a master's or a BA degree with us. If you're doing a semester, you can provide evidence that you have access to either €833 per month for the duration of your program or €6,665 in total. The documentary evidence could be bank statements showing what money has been paid in and out of the account over the last 6 months. You must submit this whether you're recovering the cost of your studies yourself or not. You also need an up-to-date bank statement if you have a sponsor showing the same thing, what money has been paid into and out of the account over the last 6 months. And if you have an education bond, you must provide this as well. So I mentioned that IADT will provide you with letters of support. So if you paid your tuition fees, you'll have your receipt. But if you need letters from the international office, you must be in Ireland to apply for these. You must have secured your long-term Irish accommodation. You must have paid your tuition fees in full for the first academic year if you are a new student to IADT and new to Ireland. You must have started your programme, which means you must be a fully registered student with an IADT email address. You must have met with a member of the international team to ensure you understand the visa and immigration process. And you must have watched this webinar. So you can contact international@iadt.ie to order your IRP support letter. Remember, staying visa compliant is your responsibility. Your Stamp 2 visa is linked to your programme of study, which means that your permission to remain in Ireland is dependent on you attending your course and progressing your course. This means moving from year 1 to year 2 and so on. IADT are actually required to provide a list of all our registered non-EU students who have visas to Irish immigration. So if you withdraw from your programme of study, IADT is obliged to advise immigration of this. If you do not formally withdraw from your programme, but you no longer engage in your programme, no longer attend it, or no longer engage with IADT, we're also obliged to advise immigration of this. And remember, it is your responsibility to make yourself with the regulations surrounding your visa and to stay compliant. These regulations can change, so keep up to date. Some useful links. The IADT International Student Hub is found at iadt.ie/international. The following are all the links throughout the presentation for Irish immigration pages, and at the bottom, a reminder of the IDPAL supported justice.ie for any technical issues in verifying your email or using the IDPAL support system when you're registering for an account on the customer service portal. Thank you so much for listening to this webinar. I hope you found it useful. And remember, loads of other helpful information is available on the International Student Hub. Thanks again, and we look forward to welcoming you to IADT.